Next one would be that water supply that you talked about.
Actually, that's going to go above food.
Above food?
You can go for 40 or 50 days without food.
40 or 50?
Oh, yeah.
40 to 50.
Correct. Without food.
Days.
You're not going to look
Not
real well.
hours. Not minutes.
No, correct.
Okay. Hey there, Ottawa County, and welcome back to Ottawa Out Loud, the official podcast of Ottawa County, and the only place where you can get all of your Ottawa County news straight from the source. We're like the podcast equivalent of drinking straight from the garden hose, except without all the potential health risks. We have a fantastic show lined up for you today. I hope you're excited about it, because I know I am. We have Derek Schroeder from the Ottawa County Emergency Management Team. Hey, Derek, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, Scott. Thanks for having me today.
Absolutely. We're very excited. We're here to talk about how Ottawa County prepares for emergency situations and what you can do to make sure that you and your family are prepared for anything that could possibly come up. So let's get started here with Scott's highly relevant and important question of the day. Got a graphic that's going to go on screen for that. Yeah. You can kind of see it.
I see it right there.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy, actually. Derek, aliens?
Actually, I'm not allowed to talk about aliens. Ottawa County does have its own Area 51 that nobody knows about. It's really close to one of our
I know
parks.
all about it.
Absolutely. Oh, well, then you should probably tell your listeners.
Absolutely. Good. I feel the exact same way. Thank you for letting me know. Most importantly, what innocuous things do you think, because there's like the pyramids and stuff, people always say like, oh, those were definitely made by aliens. What innocuous things do people not think of that aliens are probably responsible for? You want me to give one of my answers first?
Oh, I would love to hear one of your answers first.
Golden Corral.
Oh.
And just the concept of an all-you-can-eat buffet. I think there's no way someone was visionary enough to come up with that idea and actually see it through.
That is a very good. I've never thought of that before. Golden Corral. I was actually thinking more of the zipper. I think the zipper,
like on pants and various different things.
I mean,
okay,
who would have thought of that on their own without some sort of ancient race coming up with?
Not me. I'll tell you what. Good. Thanks for that. Well, let's jump in now that we've handled all the really important topics. Let's jump into the more casual stuff here. Ottawa County Emergency Management, and tell me your role specifically.
So I just got a new role actually with the wage study.
Congratulations!
Thank you very much. I started out here back in 2014 as the local emergency planning coordinator for the LEPC committee. And basically what that means is I was in charge of our LAPC committee, and what we do is we write a lot of off-site spill response plans for hazardous materials for companies within Ottawa County, which required me to sit in front of the computer a lot and just stare at the screen. I was looking for something a little more, and so I've, over the years, kind of grabbed little bits here and there, and I've really expanded my my job description here, so much so that they decided to wrap it all up into one, give me a new job title as Ottawa County Emergency Management Coordinator.
Okay.
Jack of all trades, master of none. How does
amazing?
That, how does that go for you?
That is good, and that's exactly what we're looking for.
Absolutely.
For this podcast episode. Great. What did your career path look like to get here to become the man you are today, and what can someone interested in this line of work do to potentially line themselves up for it?
Well, I can tell you that you're going to like school. I did not appreciate school so much, and so I thought I would take a career path that requires me to go to school all the time.
Right, as one does when they really love school.
Right, absolutely.
Hate school.
I was not a good student all the time, but no, I'm in school all the time now. So you're really going to like safety. You're really going to like hazardous materials. You're really going to like being woken up at 2:30 in the morning for things that are happening across Ottawa County while everybody else is sleeping. Good interest in weather.
Yeah.
Weather's a big part of my to-do now. So that's what you're going to kind of need to be interested in.
Yeah. Is there a particular degree that people should look for?
There's something called the PEM, Professional Emergency Management. It's the state of Michigan. Puts this on, and it's in order to be an emergency manager, you're going to want to have to take that. But anything that has to do with hazmat, fire, and EMS is a really good background to have. Some sort of technical. I don't know if you're into amateur radio at all, but that's also something that our group kind of handles. So I'm not the resident expert, but when somebody from one of our amateur radio volunteer groups needs something, I am their person to come see.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm not an enthusiast, so to speak, but I have heard a little bit about it, and I find it to be very interesting at the very least. I don't have room in my brain for it, but I think, hey, that's kind of cool. I can see the value in it. I think that's an important group of people.
Absolutely. They do a very good job for us, and we appreciate that.
Okay. So. Super cool. Thank you for sharing that here. Let's talk a little bit about what your role entails a bit more specifically, sort of your day-to-day contribution to emergency preparedness in Ottawa County.
Okay. Again, I write a lot of plans. I still have my LAPC duties to perform, so I'm constantly reaching out to businesses in Ottawa County that we call them extremely hazardous materials, not just your regular hazardous materials, but your extremely hazardous materials. I'm reaching out to them.
Any examples as to where that line is?
Chlorine,
okay,
ammonia. There's a lot of ides out there.
Yes.
It's just
the ones in March.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Those were very hazardous. Yeah.
Those were extremely hazardous.
Thank you. I'll be here all week.
Absolutely. So we have a lot of plans that we have to write there. I'm also, again, I'm not in charge, but I have people that I'm kind of over. We're a couple of our volunteer groups. Sure. Again, the amateur radio guys, our search and rescue team. I'm the administrator for the Ottawa County Hazardous Materials team, which means I get them whatever they need. I'm not on the team, but I will go out on the calls that they have, which is one of those 2:30 in the morning things. I will go out on their calls and assist them, get them. I'm the guy with the card, so if they say, hey, we need this because we don't happen to have it right now, I find a way to make it happen. So it's just
okay. And these calls, are these like hazardous material, like spills and stuff?
Sometimes they're spills. Sometimes, we'll have an industrial building that's caught fire. So it's our job to get there and, so which way is the plume going? And then do we need to evacuate any neighborhoods or, which way is the plume heading? Is it heading towards one of the hospitals, maybe a long-term care center? Do we need to start planning on getting those people out of there? It's not like you can just go and say, hey, we need to evacuate this hospital. That's really something to, that's an undertaking.
That's a massive undertaking.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
so, those are things that you really got to start thinking when you get a spill and, somewhere. Luckily, we haven't had anything like that in a really long time. Last time we had something like that, I think it was back in 2015, 2016-ish. We had somebody that spilled. It was dry on the ground, so it wasn't that big of a deal. However, when rain hits it, it evaporates, goes up, and then creates some sort of an acid rain.
Oh, yeah. Rain does have a way of making things wet.
It does, It had to rain that day.
Yeah.
So
that's how they get you.
Absolutely. So we were kind of nervous because it was heading towards Zealand Hospital at that time. So we were getting them prepped, hey, this is what's going on. We're either going to need to evacuate you or we're going to need you to shelter in place, which means shut down all your HVAC, And in the summer, who wants to turn off the air conditioning, but you
Not me, believe it or not.
No, I don't either, man. I mean, I need...
Mark me down as a no.
Absolutely. So, but these are things you got to think about, start taping up your entrances and exits and windows and everything to keep the bad stuff out and the good stuff in. So
obviously before any situation like that could arise, you're spending a lot of time making contact with people and making sure you have these connections that you know exactly who to call.
Absolutely. We do tabletop exercises all the time because my idea is I would rather find out who you are, at like 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. We'll do a quick tabletop or whatever. I don't want to meet you at 2:30 when 2:30 in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning when something's really happening.
We should have done a podcast at 2:30 a.m. just to see how sharp you were.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I probably look a lot worse than this.
Hey, me too. You said tabletop exercises. Is that about what I think it is? Where like a scenario like D&D but for emergencies?
Exactly. D&D is a fantastic idea. We roll the dice and say, no, just kidding. We just get everybody in the room. We get a firefighter from the department of the area. We'll get a deputy or two, or if it's a city, we'll get one of the officers there. We'll bring in the ambulance company that responds to that area. This health and safety guy for the company itself. Myself, Lou loves to go to these things, so he'll show up, and Lou can.
That's the director.
Yeah,
Lou Hunt. Yep.
Director of Emergency Management. He loves to go to these things. He loves to meet and greet people. So, and we'll just get in and we'll talk about it for an hour. You know, what's going to happen? What's your worst chemical you have? And if we let it out, you know, where's it going to go? Again, we don't have these issues all the time, but we still like to be prepared.
Oh yeah.
You know, just in case. You know.
Okay. So hazardous materials. That sounds like a pretty big portion of the job.
Hazardous materials and weather are the
Yeah.
two biggest things that we deal with.
Let's talk weather. I actually considered for a moment asking Blake Harms to come on this podcast with us today to talk about weather.
That would have been awesome.
He's on my list for a future episode. We're gonna get you on here, Blake.
Nice.
Someday. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Let's talk about weather emergencies, and we've had a good number. One pretty recently where we had a potential tornado.
We did have a potential tornado for Ottawa County. What was it, last week or the week before?
Yeah, week or two.
Week or two ago, yeah. We did set the sirens off for that. Luckily, one did not show up for presentation, thank goodness.
Yeah, at least not in the county. There was some talk about
it did move over to Kent County.
Caledonia
So,
area,
the storm did drop one, so thankfully it skipped over our county. I got all of our volunteers out, and we're fanning the storm away from us.
Okay,
so
that's how that all works.
that's how that all works.
Yeah, I have like a little portable fan that runs on battery. I think that could be useful.
Absolutely, every little bit helps.
Okay, I'll bring that next time. Good. That's the real emergency management right there. Yeah, well, what do we actually do as a county to prepare for things like this? You mentioned the sirens a little bit.
We do have, well, actually, we just added like 15 more sirens, so I think we're over the 100 mark. Not all of them are operating at this time yet. They're still being tweaked, and there's a couple that need electrical put to it yet, but they're on their way.
Okay.
Before summer's over, I know that they will be operating. We just bought a brand new system. Ottawa County did. It's called Commander One. What that's going to do, you know how all the tornado warnings come out and they kind of look like a polygon.
Yeah.
So what that's going to do is it will automatically set our sirens off, and it will only set the sirens off within that polygon. So if you live in Grand Haven and the storm is down in Hudsonville, you won't have to hear the sirens.
Right. Whereas previously it was just a countywide.
Well, we
deal,
had it. We have a countywide activation. We have a North County activation, a South County activation, and also quadrants.
Okay.
But sometimes, you know, the warning, for whatever reason, it seems to be right in the middle of the county. So we have to do an all county, even though Grand Haven and Hudsonville aren't involved.
Right.
I can't take the time to sit there and click, 57,
Well,
sirens.
I'm sure
I
the
need to
folks
set
at
them all
the
off.
National Weather Service are pretty busy, so you don't want to have to call in and be like, "Hey, can you be more specific
Right,
every single
exactly.
time?"
Right.
Yeah.
So I need
that
to.
is interesting. I hadn't thought about that. So it's just more precise and a lot less false alarms.
Right, exactly.
Which I mean, I monitor our social media pretty closely, and sometimes we're mentioned in a post of like, "Wow, the tornado sirens went off, but no tornado. They must not work properly." Like,
No, they were actually working properly. A lot of the alarms that come out are for thunderstorms that are radar indicated that may produce a tornado.
Yeah.
And so that's what so if we have a tornado warning and there's no tornado, more than likely it was because it was a radar indicated warning. They still send that out as a warning, and I know that I would rather be warned and not have something happen than to be warned or not be warned. I'm sorry, not be warned and have one drop on my head.
Right.
So
yeah, I'd be pretty upset if I was up in the tornado Wizard of Oz
absolutely.
style, and I'm like,
as I'm floating
I didn't
away,
hear
I
a
looked
siren.
out. Right, exactly.
I was out playing baseball.
Right.
Like, come on now. Yeah. That would really grind my gears, I think.
And also remember, outdoor warning sirens are just that, to warn of outdoor emergencies or people who are outdoors to go inside and look for more information.
Let's
They are
talk about
not
that.
meant to wake you up at 2:30 in the morning from your bed. They're meant to warn people who are outside to go inside and see what's up.
Yeah, that was a topic that you helped me out with. I did a little video on that, and it actually got a lot of traction. A lot of people were talking in the comments about that. They didn't really know that, and honestly, I really didn't either. And that's why I love this job, because I learn so much every single day.
Sure.
Outdoor warning sirens. They're not called tornado sirens technically. That's the casual name, because
Correct.
that's just what they've always been called.
Everybody thinks they're
outdoor
tornado
warning sirens.
Correct.
Those are for, and correct me if I'm wrong, to get people indoors who are in an area that is at risk of severe weather, including tornadoes.
Correct. Some of the severe weather could be straight line winds, 70 miles an hour, sustained, not just a gust. So if you get a gust for 70 miles an hour and say, why aren't the sirens going off? The winds have to be sustained 70 miles an hour, or baseball-sized hail or something like that. We'll sound it for that. But we'll also sound it for for hazardous material incident where there's a large cloud, of bad stuff heading for you.
Yeah.
If you're outside and it's a clear day other than the first Friday at noon.
Right. Don't forget about first Friday of the month at noon.
Correct.
Yep.
We test them every first Friday of the month, April through October. But
Unless it's stormy.
Unless it's storming.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
I did not, for June, I did not set them off. We've gotten a bunch of angry letters in the past. Please don't do that again. So we discussed it. I called Lou, said, hey, there's some storms in the area, and we agreed that not testing during that time is good. But we also said, again, a hazardous material incident or anything that we think that you need, if you're outside and you need to find out what's going on, we'll use the sirens for.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes perfect sense. Not just tornadoes. And the siren does not immediately mean tornadoes. If it's not the first Friday at noon,
Correct.
And skies are clear and you hear a siren, might be worth looking into. Actually, for sure is worth looking into.
Absolutely.
Get indoors, find some more information. Let's talk about what happens when there is actively something going on. I had the pleasure of, at one point, I think it was right away when I started, of seeing the inside of the EOC.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the Emergency Operations Center.
Correct.
I'm really good with acronyms.
That's
really
good, because I'm not.
Yeah, good. I actually, acronyms are banned on this show unless they come with somebody saying what they stand for in any particular situation.
Oh, good deal.
Yeah.
There's too many of them out there.
Yeah, I'm a man of the people, so I fight
Plain
acronyms.
language.
Yes, absolutely. Tell us a little bit about what it looks like in there during an emergency.
So it can vary. We've had a couple of winter emergencies where we only bring in people from transportation, somebody who represents law, fire, EMS, and maybe the hospitals. Mm-hmm. We have about 21 to 22 positions that are in there, represented, like I said, by some of those people, money people, a whole mess of representatives. I have yet, thank goodness, to have an actual full activation, with the exception of during COVID. For a little while, we had a bunch of people in there. We do so. It's rare for us to have a full activation in there. We do train once a year. We are 3 deep, so each position has 3 people, and so we will have a full exercise that usually lasts the whole day. Every year, to make sure that people, remember their passwords and remember who's who. And the positions sometimes switch a lot. So we want everybody to get to know everybody at least once. So
The third string people are often overlooked in society. I was the only third string player on my football team. We had so few players that we almost didn't have a team.
Oh, dear.
And I was still third string, if that tells you.
You must have been a good bench warmer.
I was really, really good. I was the practice squad.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so respect for my third stringers.
Absolutely.
Let's go. Yeah. So anyway, that's interesting. So yearly training exercises.
For all three strings. And that's because we could be activated 24 hours. Once we get the thing going, we like to have, that 8-hour shift kind of covered up.
Keep people fresh.
Oh, right, exactly. Or somebody's out of town or something, so we need to have, everybody up and ready to go.
Let's talk a little bit about the team at Emergency Management. There's probably quite a few different folks working, and what do their roles all entail, and how do they all fit together in this amazing puzzle?
So we have an excellent department downstairs. It consists of Lou Hunt, who is our director. There's myself, Leah Delano. She's the Homeland Security Planner.
Okay.
And then we have an administrative assistant, Chris Sadler.
Okay.
The four of us work very well together. We can almost just look across the room, know what the other person's thinking, and we didn't even need to say anything. And then our stuff just gets done. And that's a real brag for us.
Yeah.
I mean, really, we are, I feel, the best team I've ever worked with. On top of that, we have about 125 to 150 volunteers that assist us.
Wow.
On different teams. We have a search and rescue team, MRC. And because these cameras are pointed at me, I know doggone well I'm going to forget some. Forgive me, guys. I'm sorry.
Are you going to name all of them? All the volunteers?
All the volunteers? Absolutely. I got a list right here. They're all in my phone. Our Medical Reserve Corps, CERT, Citizens Emergency Response Team.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. I know how you are about those.
Yeah.
Our OCEC, Ottawa County Emergency Communications Team.
Okay.
They're our amateur radio guys, but they're a side group. They're the really technical ones. Those are the guys that make stuff happen that I don't even know exists.
Wow.
So those are the people that I go to when something needs to be communicated and something's broke. They fix everything, and it seems like they do it with. When needed, they can do it with duct tape and hairpins. It's really an amazing group of people.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I feel like there's always a lot of like characters in movies and TV shows inspired by that kind of person.
Absolutely, yeah. A bunch of MacGyvers. That's all I can tell you.
Absolutely.
They are fantastic folks.
Yeah.
So our canteen unit, they go out to like large fires and provide meals and drinks for the firemen that are out there for an extended period of time. So we just have a lot of good folks.
Yeah. I wasn't aware of how big the network of volunteers was. That's significant.
That's huge.
Wow.
And there's other volunteer groups within the county, like victims advocates that works for the sheriff's office and everything. So we have volunteers everywhere.
Yeah.
If you'd like to be a volunteer, please give us a call, 738-4052.
Okay. Call right now.
Phones are standing by.
Yeah. To take your donation. No, that is awesome. And I can't think of, a better way. Well, I guess that's subjective, but that's a fantastic way for sure to be there for your community.
Absolutely.
Right. If you have something to offer, or if you're just someone willing to help out. I mean, I'm sure in a lot of roles, you don't need to have a particular skill set other than, just to be there and be willing to help, right?
Absolutely.
I'm sure some require a particular skill set.
The Medical Reserve Corps, they like to have some sort of, first aid training.
You wouldn't want me
or
on there.
above first aid. The person who
Second
runs
aid
is a she's a nurse, and so you're going to want something there. But the CERT Corps they'll bring you in. You don't need to know anything except for just have a willingness to help. And they'll train you up. The search and rescue team, basically the same way. We'll get you trained up.
Yeah.
It's a very good group of people. We
That is
love
awesome.
them very much. We have a picnic actually for them on Wednesday.
Yay. That's awesome.
The four of us always put
Celebration.
on.
Nice.
Put on. It's a thank you picnic to them. So Chris goes out and she gets a bunch of prizes and everything like that. We raffle them off and everything. It's kind of neat.
We'll include some links to some of the different volunteer opportunities in the description of this episode. So once you're done with the episode, please and thank you. Scroll down and you can see some of the different opportunities and get in touch with the team and they'll tell you all about all the different possibilities. So what kind of work do you and your team do? You mentioned it a little bit, but I want to dig into a little bit more. Working with local like fire departments, police departments. What does that look like all pre-active emergency, the preparation stage?
Lou and I will attend the fire chiefs meeting they have once a month, and we'll attend with them so they can give us any information and we can give them information back from emergency management. We do meet with them on a regular basis, just to everybody again is on the same page. Whether it be new fire department tactics or what can emergency management provide for you? Just kind of a reminder. In the moment, a lot of this is a lot of what we can provide. Sometimes is forgotten, and so we like to advertise. Hey, if you need something, we can help you out. We have this to offer. We have this to offer, and it's just a phone call away. All you got to do is make a phone call, and we'll get it done for you. We don't. it's not us showing up on your scene or anything like that to.
You're not the FBI.
Yeah, we're not the FBI.
Yeah.
We're not going to come over and take over. We see ourselves as somebody who's going to come in and maybe handle some stuff for you, so you can more, take care of what it is you need to take care of, and you don't have to worry about 15 other things. So we don't want to come in and step on any toes or anything. Like
Absolutely.
That. But,
I personally love stepping on toes, and that's part of why I'm down here.
You're down here in the dungeon with the rest of us.
Yep, and they have me in shackles on my feet, so I don't go around stepping on toes. Yeah. Oh, one thing that I wanted to talk about a little bit more when we were talking about the volunteer side of things was sort of the civilian trainings that you guys offer. You want to talk a little bit about some of those in particular? I know you mentioned CERT.
CERT, our Community Emergency Response Team, they put on, and you'll have to forgive me, I don't remember exactly how long it is, but it's usually once a week.
6 weeks?
It could be 6 weeks.
6 to 8?
6 to 8 weeks, 4 hours a night, I believe, of just basic skills that you would need for some sort of a disaster that came through. How can you help your neighbor, of course, after you've helped yourself? How can you help your neighbor after a larger tornado rolls through? Or some other natural disaster, or even a man-made disaster. How can you help out? Medical Reserve Corps, they like to help out. I know I've seen them at some of the bigger races at Berlin.
Okay.
We had the NASCAR trucks here, so we had our Medical Reserve Corps. It was really hot that day. We had a lot of heat injuries, so they were there for that. Again, that's more for people who are already trained. The search and rescue team, we go out and we will assist people, especially older people who might have dementia or Alzheimer's. Sometimes they go out and they get lost, can't remember where they're at. We will go out, we will help them, find them, and the education on that is again just willingness to help. And we'll get you through the rest of it. It normally takes a couple of years to get fully trained on the search and rescue team, depending on your attendance and whatnot. If you're able to get there quicker, cool. There are statewide and actually nationally wide training opportunities for that if you're willing to do that as well. So,
Lots of opportunity.
Lots of opportunities.
Good. We're going to talk a little bit about how to prepare for emergencies. And at the end of this section, I have I wouldn't call it a game so much as a fun way to present some information. Okay. But let's start just talking a little bit about what people can do to make sure that they are prepared for various emergencies, what your department recommends, stuff like that.
We recommend having a go kit in your basement, 72 hours of fresh water, 72 hours of food. I know that I've used a couple of companies that are out there that have freeze-dried food, and I have that stored away somewhere around my property where I can get to it if I need to. Blankets, candles, batteries for your flashlights, or keep them charged. Again, the water thing is very important. What my wife and I like to do is we have several gallons that are downstairs, and instead of letting it store all the time, we will, when we go on our shopping trips, we'll get 1 or 2 more gallons. Then we'll take that downstairs and grab the oldest that's down there. So that way, we don't have stale water or anything like that. So you want to rotate your stock if you can. Obviously, canned food, that could be out there forever. Right. The freeze-dried stuff, is 25 years.
Wow.
So as long as I don't, have a natural disaster, the next 25 years, I should be okay. It's just good to have, anything that you chargers, like solar chargers for your phone or something like that. If you're going to be without power for a long time, maybe you can get gas for your generator, maybe you can't. But the solar chargers, those are fantastic to have. I know I've got 2 or 3 of them in the house. Nice. Have a generator if you can. Remember, generators are supposed to be run outside, not inside your garage or down in the basement. Every time we have a long power outage, I can always count on hearing a couple fire departments going out to carbon monoxide poisonings because somebody's got their generator in the garage, so keep it out of there. Yeah. Gas for your generator, that kind of thing.
Okay, gotcha, perfect. Any additional besides just a supplies kit that people should be thinking of when they're thinking of prepping for an emergency?
Socks. Socks are very important.
Yeah.
Until you get a sock full of water, and you have to go around on that all the time.
It's one of my least favorite feelings.
Yeah, it is. Socks is a fantastic thing to have.
Just even the slightest drop of water, and I'm like, I'm done. They're off.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, dry socks. We love dry socks.
Okay. But as far as a maybe like a specific plan or like a communications plan or something.
If you go to ready.gov, they
Ready.gov.
have ready.gov.
Once this video is done,
Yeah, right, exactly. Don't stop now.
Wait till the end of the episode, please,
Right.
and thank you, and then go to ready.gov.
We'll put that in a link.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
Cool. Yeah, ready.gov. You can go there, and they have pre-made plans already. All you got to do is fill in what's ready for you, what your house, your people there. So they have all sorts of comms plans, ready plans for power outages or fires, floods, severe weather, whatever it is you can think of. Somebody's already thought of it, and they have a plan for it out there.
Nice,
So,
and I feel like that would probably entail like a rendezvous place if you get separated.
Absolutely.
And ways of communicating in case phones are down and different things like that.
Absolutely. Family radio service is a great thing to use for that. So,
Nice.
Absolutely.
Cool. Yeah. Definitely a link to ready.gov. If you happen to forget how to get to ready.gov via the fancy URL bar at the top of your browser. Hey,
Absolutely.
Stuff's hard to remember these days. Great. Well, I have something prepared here. We have something. Have you ever heard of a tier list?
I'm sure I have.
It's becoming more common on social media nowadays. And what you do is you take certain things. It can be seasons of a show that you like, or it can be different foods or different games or something, and you rank them in different tiers. It's got A, B, C, and D, but at the top is S tier, which is like tip top legendary level, and then F tier, which is literal garbage.
Okay.
And what we're gonna do, I have 15 different items that I sprung out of my brain to think of, and I want you to rank them in the tier list. How important are they to have in your emergency kit?
Cool.
Yeah. All right. Are you ready?
I am ready.
All right. Item 1 on the tier list would be non-perishable food supply.
Non-perishable food supply. Well, we all need food to eat. So I'm going to put that as the S tier.
S tier. Yep. Can't live without it. Makes perfect sense. A flashlight.
A flashlight. Well, I'm going to go with the A tier on that one.
Okay. Important, but not life-sustaining.
Yeah, it's not life-sustaining.
From a technical perspective. Okay. Next one would be a very dramatically styled gas mask. Heavy duty.
Ooh.
Like you see in a movie.
Like you see in a movie.
Yeah.
I would think I would go maybe with C or D tier on
Okay.
that.
You got to pick. I can't pick for you.
Let's do a C tier.
Okay. Like a low C.
Yeah, like a very low C.
Okay. Gotcha. Comparing that to like your typical like N95 or like dust mask or something. Yeah.
If we're really getting into those gas masks like right there, I probably won't even be around.
We got a lot more to worry about.
We got a lot more to worry about.
Many more problems on our hands from that. Yeah. Trust me. I know what you're talking about. Next one, hydrogen peroxide.
That is good for medical wise, but I'm going to go with probably D.
D. Okay. Yeah. A little bulky.
It's a little bulky.
Super duper useful.
Yeah,
probably.
you don't want to accidentally mistake that at 1 o'clock in the morning. Grabbing a drink. And,
the old H2O, H2O2
right,
joke.
exactly.
Yeah, the two chemists at dinner.
Right.
Yeah. Next one, a machete.
A machete. Well, you need to cut firewood. Especially if this happens in the middle of winter, you're going to want to try and stay warm as good as you can. A machete. Boy, that's a good one.
Yeah. Would be helpful for the jungles that naturally occur
right.
in Ottawa
We
County.
do have a lot of jungles in Ottawa County.
Yeah.
I think for Ottawa Countyans, how about I can use D more than once.
Absolutely.
All right, let's go with D. On
Above or below hydrogen peroxide?
Oh, I'm going to say below.
Okay. Low D tier for sure. Okay. Cool. First aid kit.
Definitely S tier.
Okay.
Good
above or
first aid
below food?
kit. Ooh, not equal to, huh?
I mean, You do have to pick.
All right. Let's go with just below food.
Just below food. Okay, perfect. A paper map.
A paper map is very important because cell service may be gone. So let's do a B tier on
Tier for that one. Okay. First one in the B tier. Great. Next one would be that water supply that you talked about.
Well, that's going right up there with. Actually, that's going to go above food.
Above food?
You can go for 40 or 50 days without food. Some of us even longer.
40 or 50?
Oh yeah, 40.
40 to 50.
Correct. Without food.
Days.
Days. You're not going to look.
Not
real well.
hours. Not minutes.
No, correct.
Okay.
You can go a long time without food.
Wow.
You can't go very long past 2 or 3 days without water. So water is going to be your very first.
I had a
first
feeling
test here.
the very first thing you mentioned when we started talking about emergency kits, so it makes sense. Next one would be a blanket.
Blankets are very helpful, especially if you don't have very warm clothes. Let's go with A tier on that.
A tier, above or below flashlight?
Above.
Above flashlight. Okay. Cool. Next one, makeup.
That would be F.
F. Okay.
F.
No fringe
time
utility.
For putting on makeup. Yeah.
No random actually you can take foundation and it's a good fire starter.
Well, I guess there is that, but
is it?
So's gas.
Okay. True.
Yeah,
True. Yeah. Okay. Well, throw gasoline on your face and that doesn't make you look pretty, does it?
No, it sure doesn't.
Next one, a can opener.
If you have canned food, a can opener is a great thing to have. So let's put that right up there in the A list.
Okay. Where in the A? High or low A? Or mid?
Mid.
Mid A?
I'd say mid.
Mid.
I mean, there are ways to open cans. You can actually scrape it on the concrete and open it up, but sometimes that's a little difficult.
Well, I know that the can opener was invented well after the can.
Correct.
Yeah, and so
I think people got
years,
tired of trying to find ways into it.
tired of cutting themselves with their knives trying to open them. Yeah,
It
absolutely.
can be done, though.
Next one would be an EpiPen. This is assuming that you have people in your family who
Correct.
require the EpiPen.
Well, I would definitely put that up in the if you're allergic to anything, especially peanuts or bees or something like that. If you are required to have it, I would definitely keep one handy if at all possible. So let's put that in the S tier.
S tier. Okay. High, low.
Well,
Right now we got water, food, and first aid kit.
it's probably going to be above the first aid kit
Okay.
if you need it.
Now, there was a little note that I was doing a little bit of research on this, and EpiPens have a limited shelf life.
They do.
Yeah, of around a year to a year and a half. So you probably shouldn't throw an EpiPen in your first aid kit in your basement for 5 years.
Exactly.
You should make sure you know where your primary one is in the event of an emergency.
Every so often.
Yeah, absolutely. Good. We got 3 more. Next one would be a pack of Sargento Munster cheese. Specifically Sargento brand, because in my opinion, in my wife's opinion, for sure, that is the best when it comes to Munster. At least what they have at Meyer.
A good cheese.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, I know that in my mind, I would rank that right up there in the S. However, I don't believe it's a necessary good. I can't believe I'm saying that.
I know.
Oh,
This hurts. I know. We do the tough things here at Ottawa County.
Yeah, but why don't we put that down in the F?
Okay, above or below makeup?
Oh, above makeup.
Above makeup? Okay, hey. Because you can enjoy it temporarily for a short amount of time if you do happen to have it with you.
If you have it in the fridge and the power's going to be out for 19 days, you might as well just go ahead and eat all that.
Might as well
good
just raid the
cheese.
fridge.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, next one would be a battery or crank operated radio.
That is going to be right up there in the A section, if not the S tier, because you got to hear what's going on.
High A?
Yeah, very high A.
Yeah, I can imagine that's pretty important. Having access to weather alerts and everything.
The weather
like
alerts
that,
and any updates that are coming out
emergencies.
there. Yeah, that's a good thing to have.
Definitely. Last one would be a wad of cash.
A wad of cash. Well, everybody says cash is king.
Hope you brought yours.
I always bring mine.
Good.
That's how I paid you to do this interview.
Yes, sir. That's why I get paid the medium bucks. That's what I always say.
Cash is king, because if the internet goes down, your bank cards become pretty much useless. So it's good to have a little reserve of cash. I know when I was growing up, my grandfather had a flashlight that never worked, And the reason why it never worked is because there was a nice roll of cash in there. You just never know when, when you might need something.
That's good. The dud flashlight is actually secret cash supply. Wow, most people, if they went in to steal all your supplies, they'd be like, "Oh, this freaking flashlight doesn't work. Throw it away.
Throw that away."
Hey.
Yeah.
Where do you put that?
What do we got in D?
D right now is hydrogen peroxide and the machete.
Let's move hydrogen peroxide up to C, just so it's not lonely.
Okay, low C.
Yeah.
And then where for cash?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's exactly what I meant. Cash should probably be B.
B? Okay.
Yeah.
Above or below the map?
Below the map.
Below the map? Okay, cool. So our final tier list here, from the top, water, 72-hour supply at least. Non-perishable food. That's not your lean cuisines and whatnot. That is canned food. Not fresh vegetables, unfortunately, but eat those if you have them. Canned food specifically, or I know a guy who has a lot of MREs.
Oh yeah,
I think that's a little excessive, but hey.
Well, he'll be the first one ready, right?
Yeah, exactly. An EpiPen if you need one, freshly rotated every year to year and a half, depending on how long the shelf life actually is. A first aid kit that rounds out our S tier. In the A tier, we have a battery or crank operated radio for emergency and weather alerts via radio, because that's a system that should be mostly in operation, basically, barring only the worst of emergencies. If the radios aren't working, hey, might as well just lay down and let whatever happen.
Absolutely. Make sure it's got a shortwave radio built into it as well, because that'll get you radio signals that maybe not around this area.
Sure. Okay, good to know. Shortwave radio. Next up would be blanket, and then a can opener, and then a flashlight, and that rounds out the A tier. In the B tier, we have a paper map. Digital maps won't do you much good if the power's out and cell service doesn't work, and a reasonable size wad of cash. In the C tier, we have a comically large and intense gas mask. We did add a note that a regular dust mask or an N95 type of thing may be more practical for most people.
Correct.
And we also have hydrogen peroxide, good old H2O2, not to be confused with H2O also. And in the D tier, we have the lone machete. And in the F tier sits Sargento Munster cheese from Meijer specifically, and makeup, unfortunately. That's very important. Obviously, there are more resources for what you should pack in your emergency kit at ready.gov. And if you have any questions, I'm sure the folks at the Emergency Management Department would love to answer those for you. Derek, is there anything that I mentioned today anything that I didn't mention today that you would want to make sure the dozens of folks watching this, potentially hundreds, we do get into the hundreds pretty frequently.
Fantastic.
What do you think they should know about the way that Ottawa County prepares and manages emergency situations, and what they can do?
I think they can just be assured that we're on the clock 24/7. We're always trying to come up with something in our minds that we play a lot of what if games. Mm-hmm. And we're just ready to serve our residents as required. So we love our county, we love and we love our people.
Wow, that was awesome.
It was.
Thanks, Derek. I really appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, great. All right, folks. Well, I hope you enjoyed that conversation with Derek Schroeder of Ottawa County's Emergency Management Department as much as I did. I learned a lot. I hope you did too. It's one of the best parts of my job, that I get to talk to these people and learn new things about what Ottawa County's government does each and every single day to make sure that we are delivering results and safety and security for our residents like yourselves. Thank you so much for tuning in today and making it through the whole episode. Remember, there are links below to everything linkable that we talked about here today. And remember, knowledge is power, and local government works best when you're a part of it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.